Good morning, everyone. It is so super early in the morning. It's really not that super early. Oh, let me go fix my camera just a bit. It's 6 o'clock my time. I've been up for a bit. I was just working on some stuff, and I said, well, let me make that quilt. Let's finish off that quilt that I introduced to you. So we're working on Splendor. And here it is. And you can find this at the Magic of the 3-Yard Quilts. So this is the pattern we're using, okay? And we are using scraps from my Daybreak quilt and a yard of this fabric here. What's the name of this fabric? Into the black. I don't know, but here it is. This came in my Advent box that I had gotten earlier. So you see, I'm using everything that I'm buying. So I use that from the Advent box. And so this is part of the Ultimate Quilty Challenge. So this is the second quilt I'm making out of that Ultimate Quilty Challenge box. And I did have enough of the gray background. I did run out a little, and I had to Franken piece these two pieces together. But once it's in the quilt and quilted, no one's gonna notice. So all my scraps, let me tell you what this is in here, sorry. So my scraps are fabric 1. So all these rectangles that I pulled up, that I cut up, are from scraps. Those are considered fabric 1 in this book. Fabric 2 in this book is the gray, and fabric 3 in this book is the black. So once you've cut out all your pieces, which I did, right? The first step we're going to do is we are going to do block A and B assembly and block C, D assembly. So let's get that like that. So I take these and A, B's. It just means where you are going to, if you notice there's a faint line, where you are going to draw a line on your fabric. And if you notice, they're opposite, they're opposing. That is what's going to create our diamond or kite shape. So you're going to go ahead and you'll draw your line, and then you're going to take your squares, and we are going to put it like this. And then no, we're not. That's half square triangles. We're making half rectangles. So what we're going to do is, instead of having it there matching, we are going to rotate it from point to point here. I like to throw a pin in here just to kind of keep it secure. You don't have to. You do what makes you happy. I am not the police here. So we're going to do that. Are we going to do this? Did that once, made a mistake, because you start thinking half square triangles. Nope, we're not making an HST. We are making a half rectangle. So we are going to rotate it from this tip to that tip. And we are going to put in our pin. And then we're going to set ourselves a scant 1/4 of an inch. And we are going to sew on both sides of the line. And we are going to go to the other side. And this is real time. I don't have anything that I don't edit in any way. These are real time videos. So you are doing this in real time with me. Hopefully you have gathered all your items and are watching this on replay to make your own if you are a newbie, or maybe you're not a newbie and you just want to quilt along with me. That's totally fine. So we are going to remove the pins, right? I am going to grab my Fiskars. Oh, sorry, my nose. All right, I normally have a smaller rotary cutter. I don't know where it went. That's fine. We're going to take this and I am going to find that line and cut on that line. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be using this. Let's try that one more time. All right, there you go. And oh good, you can see I didn't even think about that when I did this. That's perfect. So we're going to come in here, find this line, and yeah, this one is not the best rotary cutter. I don't use it often. Let's see if I could find my other one. Nope, I thought I had it right here. I guess not. Let's see. Oh, yes, I do. It's over here. Let's use this one. This one's much better. See, I'm telling you, this is real life, real time. Now we're going to iron these. I have my board that I made. If you are interested in making one of these boards, you can look it up on my past videos. It's a tutorial how to make your own ironing board top for your cart. You know, those rolling carts that we have. Here we go. And over. I don't know if that's part of the fabric or if there's a stain on that fabric. What? I didn't notice it before. So that is really interesting, folks. I don't know if I can even use that piece. Let's see what this piece looks like, if it's part of it or is it. I think that piece happens to be stained up. So sometimes, you know, a lot of times I get fabrics as a gift, and I don't know how I missed that, but there is a clearly there is a stain on that, and I don't want that in my quilt. So that looks great, and this one looks great, and this one has a little tiny bit, but you cannot see it. But this one is very visible. Do you see it? It's right here and right here. So we can't have that. We absolutely cannot have that in our quilt. And I am going to show you how you would fix that. This wasn't expected, but we are going to show you how to fix this. And we're going to come in here and we are going to use Jack quickly And I use jack in a different way, but because you can just come in here like this. But being that it's on bias and I don't want to really, well, let's see if it works. I didn't want to tug at it too much. Oh, it's fine. We can tug at it because, and what I do is I come in here and I come in here, put where my ball is at the bottom, bring it over, and kind of quickly get it going. But the problem is I have a bump there, so we'll try this again. Come in here, and then you just slide it through. You're careful, you have to stop every so often and take out like those little pieces. There we go, it's done. So we don't want that piece. We're just actually gonna throw that away. And we have to now, we are just gonna take this big piece here. I guess we could cut it, and I'm just gonna take this big piece and flip it and get what we need out of it. I am just kind of doing the best I can here in a situation. Let's see if this works. So right now I am showing you how to fix an oopsie. Like I said, this is real life. Now, could I have left it in there? Absolutely. You can do whatever you want. It's your quilt. But I didn't want to. It was a little bit, even though I cut it and I didn't notice it when I cut it, and clearly I ironed and starched too, and I didn't notice it a second time. But once I created the block, once I created the block, it became very apparent that, to me at least, I think it became apparent. So I choose to fix that. So here we go. I have this piece here, and you know what? We have to square off our block. So this is perfect. Here we go. I'm squaring it off right here. And that's how I fixed it. Here you go. See? Fixed it. Done. All right. So I have that, and I'm going to use my block locks. Now, I will let you know a little trick. You know, I said I cut this to what it said in the book. When you look at the size that you need in the book, and yes, it's a 3-yard quilt, so it's meant to use the exact sizes they have. Sometimes there's some wiggle room, and sometimes there's a little extra fabric. So when I cut this, I oversized the block. So I took the block that they have there, that size. For some reason, it works if you size it, you know, if you, I don't want to say square it off because it's a rectangle. When you rectangle it off, you could just use a regular size ruler, just slap it on and get the size you need, making sure all the points are where they're at. And it works because I've done it the exact same way there, but I couldn't use my block locks. But I rectangled them off using a regular ruler, and they tell you how. So, but I found that if I want to, let's say, rectangle something easier, if I size it to what Block Lock recommends. So we know what the finished size rectangle is going to be, right? So you go and take that finished size that the rectangle is going to be, and then you go to your Block Lock, you know, literature to tell you what size to cut your rectangles. It works perfectly with your Block Lock. So that's just a little tip. Again, pattern works great. The only thing is I like to, when you're using the pattern, you will use, hold on, I'm going to show you, because I've made this multiple times now. You would just use a regular trim it ruler. This is a trim it ruler from Lori Holt. I just use this and it works fabulous. So again, it's just preference. I prefer to use my Block Lock, so therefore I oversize the block. That's it. That's all I have to say. And this video is getting long. I apologize because I had a mistake, right? And I had to fix it, and I had to teach you guys how to fix it. So here I'm going to lay these out. When I lay these out, here you go. These little pieces, sashing pieces, go in between. In the book, you would lay out your entire quilt, right? So that you could see where you, actually you don't have to if you're doing 3 1-yard cuts. You would just have your pile, and then they have here how you would assemble it, okay? Right here. So you would just go with your pattern. But because I'm using scraps, right? I kind of want to see what my layout would be. So how I decided I was going to do this is I was going to go ahead and form like the diamond. And I wasn't going to be completely put it together. So I'm going to take my 2 pieces and I am going to sew down the 1/4 inch with a 1/4 inch. So again, it's almost identical as the book, how you're going to put it together. The difference is, and you can, the difference is I'm laying it all out. And the best way for me to layer it out was to put these in groups of 2. So, and I will show you in a moment how I fit them in. On my wall right now, I have them placed exactly where I want them. So I'm just going to pop these into place, and then you can maybe understand a little bit better what I am talking about. Sorry, I did not know that the fabric had a stain on it, but you know what? How many times has that happened to you guys? Let me know in the comments who has had that problem and has had to try to either figure out how to fix it. If you'd gone over and just washed it, this stain I know wasn't like food or something. This was something weird. Either it was weirdly printed and it was dye. I'm not sure it was. But how did you guys fix it? And you didn't have to fix it, right? Because there's no police here. So you do what makes you happy. If it didn't bother you, there was no need to mess with it. It's just, for me, that was noticeable. The 3rd time I saw it, right? The first 2 times it wasn't. And then I'm going to come in and put the other side on here. I'm chain piecing. I didn't bother to cut in between the chains. So it looks like I'm webbing right now when I'm not really. So here we go. Now I'm cutting in between my stuff, and I have my blocks. How I have pressed in the book, you would press your seams open for your half rectangle. I didn't. I pressed to the dark side, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm pressing to the dark side. Did I press to the dark side? No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't press to the dark side. Okay, well, I just pressed. Here, I'll show you. I pressed the sashing in so that the pressing came in. It actually doesn't matter how you press your rectangles. In this case, I didn't press the dark side, but you can. That just helps shadowing. All right, so here. Ow, that was hot. That was hot. So now I have a top and a bottom. And hold on, folks.
If you have time, can you iron that for
me? I can surely iron it. When do you need it by?
Fireman's dinner Saturday.
Saturday? Okay. Sorry, guys. You know, this is a family, real life. This is what happens. Son comes in and he needs his shirt ironed. So here you go. You know, they should, you know, they do know how to iron their shirt, but they just rather have mommy iron it for them. It's so cute. I love it because one day that's not going to be the case, right? I'm going to move you and you are going to see my quilt. And here we go. Voila! Here's the quilt. So here is our pieces. And the way this is set in the book, you have a diamond, a half diamond, a diamond, and a half diamond. So this is going to go in the half diamond spot right here. And then we continue going, and here it's going to be another half diamond. And I don't think you see it at the bottom, but I will show you. That's where I put it. So as you can see, I have most of it already stitched up. I have this part all stitched up in the rows. So now it's time to stitch up the rows. Since I already stitched up this little portion, we don't have to do that, but let me show you how I did do it. I came in here and I took my double pieces, right? And then I added a sash, and I added a sash, and then I added a sash. And now I'm going to take my piece and I am going to add that into the sash. Let me make sure that that is right. This, that, this, and that. And the top, you always want to check that we are doing what we're supposed to before we have to then do jack. I am going to let you come over here. I'm going to move you guys once more. It is dark out there. There we go. So I have my row. I'm putting my last block on my row, right? And I'm going to come in here 1/4 inch again. And come out. I have my trusty board, and I am pressing towards the dark or the black sashing. All my sashing is going facing in, and there we go. And we have our first, and I have a little string here. Take care of those strings when you see them. All right, I have my first row. Now we're going to put a sashing across it. So we're going to grab one of our sashings. I already cut off the selvage on this. Some of them I did and some of them didn't. So this is the top. We look at the pattern again. Yes, we are going to now put the sashing on top. And we are going to line it up. Now at this point, you may pin. Absolutely. pin to your heart's content. And I'm going to come in here, though I'm not going to, but you do what makes you happy. It is best to pin, you know, the one end, the other end in the center and amongst themselves, so that you make sure that your quilt is constantly squared off. That is the thinking of it. That's why people say it. I know what needs to be done, but sometimes I just go rogue and follow my own path, and it's okay. It's okay. If it's not okay, Jack and I will have a date. So here I go, right here. Actually, guess what? I did this wrong. Haha, you see? I'm almost there and I just realized something. This is what you would do. Yep, that is what you would do, right? You would have this there, except for I forgot. Look at me, forgot. I'm making multiple mistakes today. I already had the sashing on the top. So guess what? Jack and I do have a date because I had the sashing on the top. I was trying to be so crazy. We will just not do that first. We will just come down here. So what you would do is, this is what you would do. We have to jack rip that because we have to actually put this onto here. Then I do pin from here to here in the center. When I start my first one, I don't. And yeah, so that was my mistake. But hey, it is what it is. This is what we do. Sorry about not one, but two mistakes. But guess what? I am not perfect. I am here to show you what I do. What I do. And the good news is I don't have to jack rip too much because I kind of remembered when I looked over that, oh, I put that sashing up there. So I will show you a picture. So this is what it would look like, right? Let's go here. This is what it would look like. Let me put that here. All right. Okay, because I have to jack rip that. So that's what that would look like. And then this comes up. And then I would put borders. And the borders will be this black here. And then I will be putting an outer border. So I showed you like basically the tutorial on how to make half rectangles, how to fix a mistake when you make a mistake in a half rectangle with your fabric, and how to put it together and how to fix a mistake when you put it together. Hey, I'm not perfect, but everyone, you know what? I give up. I give up. When I end this video, because it's getting long, I will seam rip that, put this all together, and I will post a picture on my community page and on Facebook. Everyone have a lovely day. Pass it forward. If you like the madness and craziness that happens at this channel, you know, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Like, comment, and share. And don't forget that bell notification. It'll let you know when I go live. Take care. Bye.